Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching a 100. This episode 12, the final season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far, and if you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. Speaking about links in the description, we are running our most liked to dislike characters of season 7, as well as our most liked characters from seasons 1 to 7. Yes, that is a separate poll as well. 3 votes are allowed, and obviously it'll be aggregated, and your results might be shown in the final episode, as well as another vote of our favourite seasons from 1 to 7 with 3 votes as well. So all of those will be aggregated, and I cannot wait to see obviously all the results in the final episode. It's going to be a crazy one, and obviously it's going to be a sad day as well because the show's going to be ending. We've had 100 great episodes all the way up, and obviously we're going to have to move on. But speaking about moving on, I thought Bellamy actually did die because the show's been going on about it. You know, I've been constantly saying, where is he? I'm pretty sure he's not dead. I think that he's jumped into it. Where's he gone? Seen nothing of it until last episode, where we had a pretty much a full episode dedicated to him. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. It's probably one of the only outros that have been kind of negative on the show. You know, it actually really was. Like, the episode, I didn't mind it, but I was saying that, like, it was dead slow and it was interesting, but the placement of it so far towards the back end of the season, when I personally think when you're doing a final season, you either go down 2 options. You either pick it up and go, like, hardcore fighting and deaths and just go out with lots of action and us enjoying it and cheering, or you go down the path where, like, people sacrifice themselves to save others. Like, Clark will do the right thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, she may end her own life, so to speak, so that everybody else can stay alive for the future, you know, for the human race, for example. Or, like, the way Monty and Harper done it when, like, they finished and they died and, like, they stayed on the ship, and the story that they told, how impactful was that? It was great. It was one of the best endings that we had. And, like, they're the options that I want to go down. And I feel like this show, towards the back end of this season, it's just been dead slow at kind of, like, progressing my interest in people. So, like, I was fully buzzing about the Indra and SHEIDHEDA storyline with them fighting. I had no problem with any of them staying alive currently right now. But I was way more invested in that than currently what's going on in Bardo. When at the start of the season it was flipped, I was way more interested in jumping the planets, what's happening to Hope and Diosa and Octavia. Where's Bellamy going? Do you know, is Echo going to avenge them? I was so excited for it, and then the fact that Echo tried to and then she didn't because they come in and stopped them, and then Diosa ended up dying by sacrificing herself after Hope tried to do it, and then Bellamy was found out he was alive last episode, and he's transformed into being, you know, all hail the shepherd now. He loves him as well. Do you know what I mean? He's transitioned over to the cause, which I can't actually blame him because, you know, if you've seen the last episode and he was alive on a planet with another person, he's constantly praying. You can see Bellamy's panicking, trying to fight to survive and get home to his friends and family. And this guy is just wanting to get home, but, you know, he isn't in the same position as Bellamy. He isn't as hardcore. He's trying to explain that he loves everybody equally. He's not solely focused on certain people, his people, as he was saying to Bellamy. And he was like, look, mate, if you want, I can show you the way to relax, deep breath, you know, saying his stories. Bellamy prayed for the first time. Snowstorm stopped. You know, he started seeing his mum. He saw the light. He saw the shepherd. Obviously, he's going to transition over and start believing it. The one thing that I actually didn't like is when he made it all the way back to Clark and everybody. They gave him a hug. They was like, yes, Bellamy's alive. She whispered to him, look, mate, you know, the only reason why we're still alive is because they think I've got the chip inside of me. So don't tell them. And he's just turned around and said, my shepherd, mate, she's lying. The chip's been destroyed. She doesn't have it. And that's how the episode's ended. And I actually said, to be honest, the fact that I thought that Bellamy's character was dead all season because that's what they've been telling us, and now he's transitioned onto their side, and I know that the show's finishing in 4 episodes or something, 5 episodes. I have no problem with him getting killed. I actually want Echo or Octavia to say, you're a traitor, bang. But if that didn't happen, I'm totally fine as well. But that's where I currently am. I feel like there's quite a lot of stuff going on. Where's Gaia? Where's she gone to? What's happening with the SHEIDHEDA and the Murphy, and obviously the Indra storyline. Maddie as well, do you know what I'm saying? Like, here in Bardo. All of this, we've only got a few episodes left. I don't want it rushed, but I also, like, want it to be quicker as well. I do, like, it sounds total opposite that, but, like, last episode, dead slow. I feel like it'd be picked up and you could cram more information in, and I don't want it to be dragged. That is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to be interested to see how they react now. You know, that she hasn't got the flame, she's not the key. How are they going to get off? Do you know what I mean? What's the answer to the final key? Is it going to be a war against somebody else? Or Jordan, right, it's actually a test for a human? Who knows, mate? It's going to be interesting. Alright, checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Will kneel. Forever even a question? These are yours.
The palace is mine now. So is the farmhouse. For you,
We'll
that
take the
means-
machine shop.
Who's next?
Kneel, so that you can fight another day.
Things have changed quickly. And to reap the benefits of this bright new day, I ask only that you take a knee. A simple gesture that binds you to a contract with a single rule. You do anything I deem disloyal, you die.
The killers and the thieves have Allegis exploration ship number 4 are at your service.
Better to die free than worship at the feet of false gods.
Like how they're standing up to what they believe in, though.
You stand by your principles and your people stand by you. Those are the qualities of a true leader. There is only one leader in Sanctum. Kneel before him or die.
Death.
You know what? No problem with that. You know why? Consistency. And we love consistency. Well, I do. In all the shows. The fact is they left because they didn't want to worship a false god. Do you know what I mean? They returned hoping that obviously they could eradicate them. They've not done it completely. They've done it to most of them. And then, so if they took the knee, first of all, it wouldn't make sense because it's against everything that they've all left and, you know, tried to fight against. And then, obviously, he's just killed all of his people. It wouldn't make any sense if he knelt then, because then he would have been the reason they all died. So I'm glad that he stuck by his guns, was like, no, swivel, we're staying by our side, and then obviously they've all died. But fair play to him, honestly, like, this time, fair play.
We were so close. You told me Clark had the key.
Actually, Octavia's memories did that.
May I have a moment? Everybody out. Look at him, Wayne.
Lock him up with the others.
Wrath. I'd have killed for this during my time on the mountain. I heard about First Disciple Anders. I assume you two were close. I met him twice. I usually only meet the First Disciple once. That's not what you meant, is it? You were testing me to see if I lived by the same code that I expect of my disciples.
What if there was a way to fix the flame? With the technology you have here, it could be possible.
You remind me of my son, Reese. He went in search of the flame. I never saw him again.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get that story.
You can find out.
All right. If you can get it.
Do you know what? Is anybody else, like, conflicted with him? Because I feel like he's doing this for his family. But he's also telling this BS story about the shepherd and the last war, which I actually kind of think that he kind of believes in as well, though. This is why I'm a little bit conflicted. But he's trying to preach on these to, like, not love people, and it's like a weakness, but, like, he loves his kids. You can see it in him. Do you know what I mean? And you can see that he was hurt by the betrayal of his wife, as he was saying, when someone who loves you, do you know what I mean, goes against you. So, I don't know, man. Like, he says one thing, and his emotions and the way I look at him, I'm reading it differently, but that could totally be me. But he's just playing on him there. Bellamy's just got him. Look, you know, save my friends. I'll get the chip. You can find out what happened to your son and your daughter. Okay, yeah, we'll do it. Do you know what I mean? Pretty much emotions running his decisions.
It's so good to see both of you.
The way you betrayed us to Cadigan, tell us this is part of some plan.
You're to be executed. Flame.
The flame that you told Cadigan we destroyed?
We believe it can be repaired. Took it after it came out of Matt.
I don't know, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
It's buried under the sand near that house, isn't it?
This one damn cat.
Who the hell are you? Man I love would not be okay with torturing Raven. I know these people, Bellamy. I trained for 5 years to pass as one, all so I could save you. And then avenge you. Because it looks to me like while I was out there doing everything I could to get to you, you were forgetting me. You've lost yourself, Bellamy. This isn't you. You're just gonna stand by and watch as they execute us.
No, I don't want that.
That's not what I asked. This thing you believe in is more important than us.
Yes. No more senseless death. The shepherd can deliver us there at Echo. For all mankind.
Donde la glaçonne.
Ernest don't lock up. Nami, Kigon Yulufo. Medicum low water clear on crew and not a bush at a day. Down almost still top more name and I got him a baminin. What about her daughter?
Gaia. We believe she's in the woods with a group led by Clark Griffin. No sign of them. We did see this.
I kneel to you. The child is spared.
And that was before she went into hiding with my enemies. You, convict. Come.
Hey, that was pretty decent, actually. I've got to say, right, the Bellamy annoys me in this role, just like Ali annoyed me when the mannerisms were so blank. That's if you go back to that season that Ali was introduced me, that's what stressed me out. The fact that she was so calm and she had no, I don't know, like her voice was just one monotone. And like Bellamy was saying there, do you know what I mean? Like he literally is just that one thing. And she counted him. Are you going to be okay with all of us getting executed? Oh, I don't want that. No, but that's not what I was saying, mate. Do you know what I mean? You're going to stand by and let that happen again. Do you know what I mean? That was a quite interesting conversation between them. And I think one thing that would make me not understand Bellamy a bit better, if I knew how long he was on that planet. That would be, you know, because if they said, oh, he was on there for 10 years, I'd be like, right, bloody hell, you know what I mean? That was a long time. Okay, do you know what I mean? The faith has saved him. Now, if he was only there for like 2 months, I'm like, it's a bit quick to start betraying, do you know what I mean? Like betraying all your friends and family. But like 10 years different. You know, at least we know the timeline for, you know, Octavia and Diosa and Hope, and how long obviously Echo's been trying to fight to get him. But we don't really know how long that he was been lost for, if that makes sense. So to me anyway, is my personal opinion, and understanding him and kind of like giving his character a bit of leeway. If I knew he was on there for like ages, I'd be like, okay, do you know what I mean? I could kind of get where he's coming from. But to me, it looks like a short period of time. And then it's like, okay, it is a bit quick to turn on your friends.
We got clothing and medical supplies. Prioritize the antibiotics. Highest fevers only.
Maybe we should just kneel.
Scared, but if he lets you live, eventually that fear is going to turn to anger. You're going to want revenge, and rightfully so. He will kill you to prevent that.
Come on, Trey. Let's pass this stuff out. I was right to believe in you.
Yeah, Murphy has been good to him. Look, he feels good. Look, he loves it.
I'm proud of you, too. Sorry. You're not worried about yourself. I find that incredibly sexy. Oh! Is Jackson again?
I don't think so.
Indra.
SHEIDHEDA slaughtered the children of Gabriel.
All of them?
Almost all.
The camera panned behind him a couple of times before they done the shots.
SHEIDHEDA is looking for Maddie. I'm proud of you, Murphy.
Everybody's saying that.
Take him to the decon shower. Clean him up. Don't push him to talk. Yesterday he lost his biological parents. And today his people were killed.
Indra?
No, but she said you could hide me.
Because I think Indra knows me better than that.
Even is not inviting me in. Drop it. SHEIDHEDA asked me to follow her. I'm so glad it led me here. Open the reactor door.
I'm already seen it though. I feel like she's hit them.
Slow. Jack.
Or maybe not. Oh, they took her down. They went a different approach.
I'm starting to miss being a live coward.
That's not how I expected that to go, actually. I thought that they would just either hide everybody or just Maddie. So, like, you know, they go in, they do a sweep, Maddie's not here, okay, at least we know that they're not involved. Next one. Do you know what I mean? But actually, they've taken her as captive themselves, do you know what I mean? Now she's going to be their prisoner.
It might help to talk about it.
We're not friends. Why would I talk to you?
Maybe because I'm the only one here. We both heard stories about all the people we're now surrounded by. They're not our friends.
When I was 10, the people here abducted my mom and Octavia. And a man, a prisoner came. He was my friend. He trained me. We were gonna rescue them. I got him killed because I was too scared to kill. And I vowed I would never make that mistake again. Up until the moment I killed my own mother, so do you still think we're the same?
Oh, you tried to kill everybody. You actually tried to kill everybody.
She did it to save you. Did it to save your soul.
I suppose that's right, to be fair. We've seen how it's affected Clark in it, you know, pulling that in Mount Weather. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be a strong person to get through it all.
I finally understand you. You have Maddie, I have Hope. I'd do anything to keep her safe. How long were you on penance? We call it skyring. 10 years. A couple of days ago, she was just our little girl. Now she's messed up like the rest of us. You need backup to talk to us now?
It's okay.
I have been racking my brain trying to figure out how you telling Cadigan the truth about the flame helps us. You know what I've come up with? It doesn't.
I had an experience. Something that explains why we're still here. My mom was there. The shepherd led me to her. And there was a light, and I chose it. And when I opened my eyes, the storm had passed. The last war we will ever fight, and we become the light.
Yes. We've seen our share of crazy. That doesn't change the fact that fighting some war to become the light is as ridiculous as the clothes you're wearing. Today, I'm standing in front of my best friend who I thought was dead, and I don't even recognize him.
I am the same person. And I know you don't believe in transcendence, but I'm telling you, it's real.
I will not help that man start his war.
Tell me where the flame is.
Or what?
Tell me where it is. They will execute all of you. Let me help.
Go float yourself.
Consistency, mate. We love it.
Guards, take this one to MCAP. They all hate me.
They don't know what we know. When we transcend, they will understand.
And see, they're consistent with that though, innit? Do you know what I mean? They are consistent with that. Do you know what? Every time Bellamy's on the screen, I want someone to run over and just give him a double kick to his head, honestly. No matter when he's speaking, yeah, I just want somebody to just clock him every time. Like, literally, he's annoying. But the thing is, I don't know if it's because, and I'll openly say it, like, I don't follow no religion in real life. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't put myself in his shoes, if that makes sense. Like, as saying that I've experienced this spiritual thing, I can look at it and understand where he's coming from. I said it last episode, he was in that situation, he went down pretty much on his last legs, he experienced something, his life had changed to the better in that moment, and now he believes in it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, I totally get that, and that's what I'm saying. If somebody was to find a religion and follow something, I would totally want it to be that way. Like, if you know what I mean? I'm not saying, see, I'm not a person that says there is no God. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm just saying is I don't follow anything, but I'm open to it. I'm never saying that there's no God. I'm not saying there's hell. I'm not saying there's no heaven. What I'm saying is that I just don't follow one. But if I experienced a life moment that was so defining, that would change me as a whole, do you know what I mean, then I'd be open to believing in something, and that's what Bellamy's doing. So on that side, I understand it and respect it, but on the other side, when somebody comes in and they say, you gotta trust me, yeah, like, trust me, I'm trying to save you, I don't trust you though. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think the same way you're thinking. You 2 days ago had the same thought and mind process as me. Now you've experienced a life change and you believe yours is right, where 2 days ago, before you experienced that, you believe we was right. So who technically is right? Do you know what I'm saying? And also, yeah, you're telling us that we want to help you because you want us to trust you, but by us helping you, we help the enemy. And that, again, is something that we don't want to do. We don't like anybody here. We see them as the bad people. They've come, they've taken us. Do you know what I mean? They're the ones imprisoning us. And now you've come and you turned on their side. And you think just because we like you, that we're going to feed you all this information to benefit the enemy? It's not going to happen, is it? It literally isn't. So, like, every time they ask for stuff, they don't give it. Just like when Becca come down and she was like, trust me, you know, you need to destroy this stone. I'd be like, look, mate, when Bill was there, I was like, look, if I was him, I wouldn't destroy it. Do you know why? Because you're not telling me why. Don't even know who you are. You're not even told us anything. You're just telling us to trust you the way Bellamy is. I need better proof. I need justification. I need a good reason. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just by saying that, it's nothing. It literally means nothing.
Is awake.
Hey, it's okay. She can't hurt anyone.
You think Hatch would have kneeled?
Whoa, that's deep.
I think he probably would have even made SHEIDHEDA think he was working for him. He wouldn't have actually done the work, though. See that patch over there? Hatch and I welded that into place. All his men were down, and Raven, in one of her more questionable moments, locked me in here with him. She didn't think he was going to finish the job once he knew, but he did. You know why? To save you. That's what he said. When this is all over, we'll drink to him in the tavern. Okay? Alright, I'm awesome.
There's no way that she's going to listen to anything that he's saying.
Sir, she's dangerously close to hemorrhaging.
I don't think she knows. She does, or she wouldn't be fighting. Send the first of her friends to penance.
Wait. I'll take you to it. But only once all my friends are safe.
Consistent. Send everyone back to Sanctum, I'll give you the flame. It did, Clark, mate. It did. You stand by your guns, Clark. Oh, she sends him to a bullshit situation.
Festivities are about to begin.
Ada, for you.
Got that throne.
There's more, Ada. Bring it in.
Oh, they're moving it.
The convict you had follow Indra has gone missing. Fortunately, I took it upon myself to have that convict follow.
That's pretty good, that, actually.
After the death wave, I didn't eat for more than 2 weeks. Death wave? A wave of radioactive fire taller than any tree. The fire jumped our valley. The radiation didn't. Everyone I knew died. I was alone for 58 days, but Clark helped me through it.
Did we ever get an explanation of how the fire dodged their land? You know what I mean? Like, we actually didn't get told why that actually happened. Why did it survive?
How about we go back upstairs, finish what we started? John. No, I'm coming with you.
So we got in a fight. You went for a walk. Don't worry, I'll sell it.
You'll be on the wrong side of the door.
You'll be on the right side.
They've done well with Murphy this final season.
Thank God you're back.
You're not a Maury. May we come in? Open it. I like you, John, but our relationship's at a crossroads. Open that door and you and your freak drain that girlfriend live.
Yeah, that's right. If anything happens to John, I blow the reactor.
Alpha play there.
Are they?
I don't know if they are.
Everyone in there knows that they're dead the second that door opens. In life, that's called having nothing to lose. In chess, I believe that's called stalemate.
Stay here, wait them out. When the door opens, kill them all.
How many people are getting left there? India could have observed that situation. India could have looked around, seen how many was in there, send a small little squad in to take them out. Do you know what I mean? You could do it silently without them even seeing who it is. Doesn't have to be India. She's got loyalists and people who actually still listen and follow her. Do you know what I mean? So, like, didn't look like they left many behind then as well. So I do feel like a small little team could go in and take them down.
Clark, what is this? What deal? He releases all of us, and I take him to the flame.
Imagine them all turning up in front of SHEIDHEDA.
Will be met with lethal force. Good with this?
Dodge Raven.
Setting the fighters first, is that it?
Can't be too careful.
How do they even know that they sent them there to the right place?
What are you doing? He didn't send them to Sanctum.
I knew that he wasn't going to send them to Sanctum. I knew it, I just said that.
Demonstrating why I didn't send you with them. He doesn't know where they are. Only I do. I do, however, trust the love you have for your friends. And once I have the key and the last war begins, they'll all be freed.
I want to know where they gone, man. Oh, it's Clark. They've gone to Sanctum. Down.
What the hell happened here?
Gee, where to begin?
SHEIDHEDA meet Clark. Clark meet SHEIDHEDA. You know what I mean? That was interesting. Now, they look pretty good actually, how they come through it, but right, the key, where is it? Is it what Guy buried? You know, with Clark, you know, like when she was under that tree and she put her mum's necklace there. Is that where it is? Or have I mixed up the locations? It's not in SHEIDHEDA, is it? They took it out of him, but then they took it. Yeah, I'm saying it's in. I think I've double guessed myself. I think it's where Clark buried the necklace near that house. That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be interesting to see how she reacts though when she finds out where Maddie is. You know what I mean? I feel like her full concern that yes, okay, she does care about Echo and Octavia and Cole, who's just been sent obviously to wherever. Let's say Skyrim, because probably the best place to go. But let's say they've gone there, yeah. Clark cares more about Maddie than he does about them. And we've seen that in the show. And even Octavia has acknowledged it now when she was speaking to Clark, saying, look, I finally get you, Clark. Do you know what I mean? I would do anything to protect Maddie. I mean, to protect Hope the way you have to protect Maddie. And do you know what? I like how Clark said to, what did he say to Bellamy now? Like, do you enjoy wearing this? And he's in his all little white gear. And like, to be honest, it looks pretty good all white. But you can never wear that in real life, can you? If you wore all white stuff in real life, you would be dirty instantly. Any bit of dust, any mark, any scrape, you know what I mean? Like, you spill your drink or anything, you're just totally showing up. So, although it's amazing, like, you look at it in a good fit, mate, when you're fresh, it's just not practical. Now, Clark, she looks pretty sick, mate. Her fit is good. I said that last episode. She's got like boots all the way up to like her knees. She's got black on. She's got this like bluey turquoisey top with the leather. She looks fresh, mate. She looks like a person that means business. I actually like Clark's fit this season. I think it's one of the best ones. And do you know what I mean? Clark is willing to do whatever it takes. This is why I do respect Clark. I actually do. Some seasons stresses me out. You know, the season where she was hardcore Maddie, which I'm just saying there, she do to protect her. She annoyed me the same way Octavia did. But I respect her because she's always willing to do whatever it takes to save who she believes is the right thing. So at that time, she thought it was Maddie, so she was willing to go against Bellamy and Co to save her. But most of the time, it's to do everything to save everybody else, and I do like that. I actually do. This is why, like, I never really hate on her, even though some decisions I do think are questionable. She always makes the tough ones as well. If there's like blame to burden, or if there's a big decision, you know, even like writing the list, pulling them out, you know, the lever at Mount Weather, taking the responsibilities on, taking, you know, the flame, the first person to inject the Nightblood. Do you know what I mean? Like this season, she was willing to go into the reactor, even though obviously she didn't end up doing that, but she offered straight away. She was straight away going to the stone to go with these disciples. She's just willing to jump to save everybody. And again, last episode, she was clearly bluffing. She obviously didn't have the flame in her head, and she was saying, look, mate, send everybody back and I'll give it to you. Full well knowing that that couldn't happen. Again, here, you know what, send everybody back, you know, make sure that everybody that I love is safe, and then I'll take you where you need to go. So, do you know what? I do like Clark, and I respect her. She's a good warrior. I actually do think she is. If she's not actually fighting like Injure Warrior, she does it a different way in terms of like decisions and the way she goes and meets people, and you know what I mean? So, like, I do think Clark's had a pretty good season, to be honest. I've been liking it. And Bellamy, like I said, every scene that he's in, to me, is just annoying, even if he's not speaking, just because he's on their side. And I don't know, it stresses me out, man. If you change sides, I don't like you. You know what I mean? You can redeem yourself in the next season, so to speak. You know what I mean? Octavia's had a bad season. I didn't like her in it, but then obviously she's redeemed herself. She moved forward. Don't mean that I hate her all the time. This one, Bellamy's just absolutely stressing me out. I'm interested to see where they've gone, because he's saying that they've only gone to a place that only I know. Even Bellamy doesn't. Now, we've seen, well, we know Earth, we know Bardo, we know Sanctum, we know that ice planet, wherever that was, and we know Skywing. So that's 5. And did they say there's 7? So they went, oh, and then the one that Bellamy went on, like last episode, so there's 6. So we've got one more. Where is it? You know what I mean? It's going to be exciting. Maybe he's gone to the same place that Gaia is now, and that's how they fit and reunite together. Because we still don't know what happened to her. Definitely still alive. You know, they could go in her timeline, could have been 10 years. She could have built a whole army. She could be the ruler. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so much could be going on. It's going to be interesting to find out, obviously, where they've gone and where we go from here. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. As I was saying in the intro, we are running our most liked to dislike characters of Season 7. We're also running our most liked characters from Seasons 1 to 7. That's 3 votes that are allowed, as well as our favourite seasons from 1 to 7 as well, with 3 votes as well. And then your results of mine will be aggregated, and the top 3 will be shown in the final episode. It's going to be exciting to see. Cannot wait. Thanks to every single person that's voted in advance so far, and obviously anybody who's still yet to do it. It's going to be so exciting. Now, today's episode I thought was really interesting. I thought it was better than the last episode, I'm not going to lie. Even though I do feel like the last episode, it was needed in terms of the storyline for Bellamy and, you know, the progression of where he currently is and the reasons for his decisions. And I do like the fact that, you know, he went in and he's spoken to Echo, and then he went in and he's spoken to Clark and Octavia. Now, the conversation with Clark and Octavia was better, in my opinion, because in there, he explained the reason why he's actually doing this. He explained how he was there. Do you know what I mean? He was suffering. He ended up seeing the light. Do you know what I mean? He's seen the shepherd. He's seen the mum. He's seen the light. It was warm. He went outside. The storm had passed. He felt, you know, rejuvenalized. He found the faith. Now, that's what he told Clark and Octavia, but he never told that to Echo. Like, in that room with Echo was asking him stuff like, are you willing to let all your friends and family die? And he's like, I don't want that to happen. He's like, you're going to stand around and just watch it. Do you know what I mean? She was like, what's happened to you? Well, I was fighting for 5 years on Skyring, and then coming here and training for 3 months, and then becoming, you know, part of them to do whatever it takes to save you. Yeah, it seems like you was over there just giving up on me. Do you know what I mean? Like, their conversation was different. He explained his reason, his feelings, and how he's got to that position to Clark and Octavia, but not really to Echo. Echo was kind of pouring hers out, do you know what I'm saying? And like how much she loves him, and she was willing to do whatever it takes, put her life on the line to save him, and willing to take everybody down here. And he didn't really show no emotion. That is what stresses me out, mate. It's the no emotion part of it. It literally is. I can't stress it enough, and I'll say it all of the time because I mean it. That's why I didn't like Alan. That's why I don't like Bellamy right now. Just the monotone, the facial single expressions, the just like literally no emotions. It gets on my nerves, mate. And every time, like I said, he's there talking, I want somebody to come over and just hit him or kick him. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, mate, if Echo wants to take him out, go for it. Literally go for it. Because if she's like, look, mate, I'm doing whatever it takes to save my friends and family, and you's included, now you're against us, you are the enemy. Do you know what I mean? Octavia, you are one crew, or you are the enemy of one crew. He's the enemy, mate, right now. He is. If he's not on their side, he's the enemy, and we know what happens to those. So it's interesting. Obviously, right, he didn't send them back to Sanctum. I knew that wasn't happening. Do you know what I mean? As soon as he was walking into that thing, I was saying, how do they know that they're walking into the right place? And he clearly said that they've not even gone there, and they've gone to a different planet that only he knows, not even Bellamy. Now, the interesting thing is, like I was saying, I was trying to name them. I feel like we've gone to 6, and he's been banging on that he was like 7. And we still have nothing in terms of deciphering the code. When's the last war going to happen? Again, also, we got nothing about Jordan saying that it might not even be a last war. Do you know what I mean? It might just be a test. That's not been mentioned. Gabriel's not even said that. So I still need to know what's going on there. You know, SHEIDHEDA just took all them down, you know, like all the people from the Children of Gabriel, and they stood there and he ended up shooting him again. Now, do you know what? Fair play, respect it. They stuck to their guns. They left Sanctum because they didn't want to worship Russell and the Primes and the false gods, and then they ended up dying for the same reasons why they left and what they believe in. So you got to respect people who do that. You know, they've got a cause, they fight for it, they die for it. I like it. Fine. Indra, she's obviously captured some, well, I thought it was a woman at first, to be honest, but it was a little kid that the camera was panning around on. You know, he was still alive. She managed to bring him to Murphy, who's took him downstairs, and him and Amora are trying to, like, you know, like console him, make sure he's okay, conceal Maddie as well away from everybody. Obviously, she's come in. I sort of forgot her name, but she reminds, you know what? She reminds me of Charlize Theron. Her, she actually does. But she's come in. You know, they've ended up knocking her out and tying her up. Now they've shadowed her. They've come, you know, SHEIDHEDA's come in. They was like, look, mate, open that reactor now. They're like, look, mate, we're playing a game of chess. You open that, they know they're dead in there. We keep it closed. Well, you know, they're alive. But if you break it open or kill John, then we'll just blow ourselves up. Either way, you get in, we're dead. You kill him, we're dead. You know, we got nothing to lose. That's what John was saying. Pretty much a stalemate. He was like, mate, that's a stalemate, but we can always make a move. I'm taking the king, or whatever he said, and he took John. So again, that one's going to be really interesting. But they've arrived at Sanctum here at the very end. Obviously, Clark doesn't know that SHEIDHEDA is now in charge. She doesn't know what's happened to Maddie. She might throw all of it out the window. Mate, I'm not helping you, Bill. Like, I don't even care about your mission right now. I know that my friends are safe somewhere else away from you. I don't know that the person that I care about, like my kid, is safe here. I need to find her. Do you know what I mean? Like, everything, it could just be balls to the wall, pretty much. So it's going to be exciting. Hopefully that's what Clark does, to be honest, because like I said, Clark's really, really good. And I'm excited to see what she actually does when she knows that SHEIDHEDA's actually back. And I want us to team up with Indra, take Bill out, even though probably not going to. Do you know what, right? Imagine a scenario which could happen that these people in Bardo are right. You know what I mean? And the season ends in their advantage. If the season ends in their advantage, the final season of the show, I will be so fuming. I actually would be fuming. I would rather every single person that I could see dead. Like, I would rather the whole world die again, and even Clark and Bellamy. And, like, do you know when Clark pulled that lever to destroy Ali? But if it was like, look, mate, or to destroy Mount Weather, it's like, look, if we're going to have to kill myself and all my friends and family are on board to stop you from getting to where you need to be, we're going to do it one for all, and all for one. Do you know what I mean? Pull it and just murder them all. I don't know, mate. I just do not want Bill and Co to end up being victorious in the final season. I just don't. I have no idea how it's going to end. I don't. Also, they moved that stone, which I thought it was levitating from a magnetic pulse or whatever. Every time we've seen it, they've been floating. I don't get how they could just pick it up and walk it and just dump it here on that little, like, metal thing that they had. I thought that was a bit strange. But, you know, I'm not being negative, actually. Like, I thought this episode was better than the last one, and I do enjoy where we're going from it now, mate. It does feel like it's about to pick up moving into the final few. So that's where we're currently at. I hope the guys did enjoy it. If you're excited for the next one, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.